टीमों के इस एपिसोड में हम जानेंगे साइकिलिंग कल्चर के बारे में, साइकिलिंग के प्रकार, उचित साइकिल का चुनाव, साइकिलिंग का प्रारंभ 30 या 40 वर्ष की आयु में, प्रोफेशनल साइक्लिस्ट के लिए टिप्स और भारत में साइकिलिंग का भविष्य।
Hello and welcome everyone to the new episode of Teamo Sports. And going by the philosophy that let sports be our way of life, we have another eminent personality with us, Mr. Nimish Makadia. Nimish ji, very welcome to our show.
Thank you.
And it's been
Thank
a
you.
pleasure to
Thank
have
you.
you as a guest. So, a word about Nimish ji. I think he's a heritage conservator by profession and an absolute passionate cyclist and fitness coach. So his organization, Cyclozeal, is extremely famous in India in order to create the passion among cycling in India and using a scientific and technical approach towards cycling. So, sir, considering your rich experience of 30 plus years in this field, we would definitely like to talk to you specifically on the area of cycling because this is an
Yeah.
area wherein we are seeing a lot of interest amongst different people. तो अगर मैं पूरे इंडिया में लेंथ एंड ब्रेड देखूं these days, even government is also promoting cycling tracks और हर जगह cycling का काफी जोश और बच्चे बच्चे हर सभी एज ग्रुप में काफी जोश है सर. Just talking a little bit about fitness, if you see, like I know that in this pandemic we are all stuck with a very sedentary lifestyle. It's by
Yeah.
few by choice, few by design. हम घर से नहीं निकल पाते हैं, बाहर भी जाना होता है तो because of the lockdown and all. So considering this, sir, आपका क्या suggestion रहेगा for people to have sports and fitness as a lifestyle? What is your suggestion, sir?
See, basically, it is a lifestyle change which is required. If you see over the years, we have a very sedentary lifestyle. Even for the kids, we are burdened with a lot of work, a lot of school, tuitions, etc. We don't have open spaces. Parents
Mm-hmm.
are scared to send kids to play outside. If you see, probably in my time, we used to play in the gullies, gully cricket, and a lot of other sport. So now we need a lifestyle, a conscious effort to to get physical at least an hour a day to start with. So it is necessary. Any physical form of activity will definitely help, and sports especially. Sometimes you see uh, gyms and all do get monotonous. So you you play different sport, meet different people, and make a conscious effort. So I'm sure it will help you a lot.
Yes, sir. That's really impressive, sir. Sir, for the knowledge of our viewers, it would help because cycling, I know, like इंडिया इज एज ए कंट्री अगर हम देखें यहाँ पे साइकिलिंग का तो एडेप्टेशन बहुत दिनों से इंडिया और चाइना में तो लोग हर बच्चा साइकिल चलाता है लेकिन साइकिलिंग एज ए स्पोर्ट वी वांट टू नो लिटिल बिट ऑफ टेक्निकलिटीज फ्रॉम यू what are the various disciplines of cycling if I have to take cycling as a sport, sir, if you can just throw some light on that.
Yes, Nipan, the cycling has a lot of disciplines. It is not about cycling. When we talk about riding a bicycle and cycling, it is totally different.
Mhm.
Because riding a bicycle, I've seen people just, leisurely ride, say, 1 kilometer, 2 kilometers
Correct.
in 10 minutes. That's not cycling. It's riding a bicycle. So per se, when you talk of cycling as a sport, there are various events. Like there is road cycling,
Mhm.
okay, where we use this road bicycles, bent handlebar, drop-down
Okay.
handlebars. Then we have ट्रैक साइकिलिंग जो हम ओलंपिक्स में देखते हैं,
Mhm.
एशियन गेम्स में देखते हैं. सो इट्स डन इन अ वेलोड्रोम इंडोर. देन वी हैव एमटीबीज जो ऑफ रोड होती है.
Okay.
उसमें भी काफी सारी डिसिप्लिन्स है. फॉर एग्जांपल रोड साइकिलिंग देयर इज कॉम्पिटिटिव रेसेस. देन अल्ट्रा साइकिलिंग वेयर 3-4 दिन तक कंटिन्यूस साइकिल चलाते हैं, which is getting popular in India now, which had been popular. There are races for that also, event going for 4,000 kilometers, 1,500 kilometers. Then there are short races, 150 kilometers, which you see in like बच्चे जो करते हैं up to the age of 35, it is very fast.
Mhm.
Then there is trails, mountain biking trails.
Mhm.
So there are many options available. और उसमें भी अंदर अंदर काफी सारे disciplines है.
So thank you very much. I think this is really helpful. Now, one of the dilemmas that we normally have is to within the cyclist that I've seen is to choose the right kind of bike. Now, when you say the right kind of bike, like I see my kid who is spoiled for choice. She says that I want a bike that has a seven gear, a 7 into 3 21 gear. Some has mountain terrain bikes, some has different kind of bikes. So, sir, what is your suggestion or some kind of a guideline to purchase a bike for different kind of age groups?
The basic funda when you are buying a bicycle, I would say, first of all, decide what is your goal. Do you want to go long distance cycling? So there are bicycles available for that kind of riding, which are more of a giving geometry.
Okay.
Then there are racing, like what we see, Tour de France and all those races.
Hmm.
So those geometries are stiffer. Then mountain biking, again, there is your, if you want to do cross country mountain biking, so there is, you don't need shock ups at the back, rear of the bike,
Okay.
or a center. You just need
Hmm.
front shock ups. Then, so it is like a lot of things. So first of all, before buying a cycle, you decide what is your goal. What do you intend? Or it's commute. Even if it's commute, you have these hybrids
Hmm.
which work fantastic for commutes. Even this mountain bikes, MTB, what we called it, they are very comfortable to ride on the city roads, but they are slightly difficult to pedal. So if you want, decide what you want to do, and then go select a bike. Again, while selecting a bike, the most important thing is sizing a bike.
Okay.
I get a lot of people coming to me for bike positioning. So it is like मेरे बच्चे के लिए भी चाहिए the same cycle I can use it, but that is not possible. So the height of the kid is say about 5 feet, while father or mother's height is say five and a half. So you need a different size of a bike.
Okay. Okay.
It's not one
That's
size fits all.
right, sir.
Because that will really change the way you cycle, your efforts, the ergonomy of the bike. Everything depends on your right sizing of the bike and right type of a bike.
Absolutely, sir. If the right kind of posture is not there, you won't be able to take the maximum advantage of your bike.
Advantage, and then it leads to certain injuries as well. बहुत
Oh,
low छोटी cycle है, you will be stressing your knees.
okay. Absolutely. Okay, that's really great. Sir, slightly taking the question ahead, of course, we have amateur cyclists और इंडिया में तो इसकी कमी नहीं है. And obviously, when you talk about professional cycling, so just wanted to understand, like, should be the difference in approach between an amateur cyclist and a professional cyclist?
See, first of all, it's like any other sport. Amateur, when we call ourselves amateur cyclists, it's not our full-time job.
Right.
We don't earn money out of it. हमको काम भी करना है, हमको पढ़ना भी है. There are social responsibilities. While a professional cyclist, he is dedicated to his sport, his work. So he has a lot of time. The full focus is on that sport only. So when we say amateur cyclist, I've seen a lot of people coming to me that, okay, I did this training plan for other sport as well, even for fitness for that matter.
Mhm, mhm.
So people download a training plan from the internet, but is it suitable for your lifestyle? Same way in cycling, is it suitable? Training plan is suitable for your lifestyle? Because do you have enough rest? Do you have enough recovery? You cannot copy a professional training plan.
Mhm.
Okay. So this is mainly professional जो हम बोलते हैं, they are like when we talk of cricketers, professional cricketer is same like a professional any other sport. What I mean to say is full time they are into that. Morning उठ के वो करना है, afternoon में वो करना है,
जी,
evening
बिल्कुल.
में वो करना है. While
Absolutely.
amateurs, we have other responsibilities.
Correct, correct, correct. Sir, I think this is a really eye-opening answer, and I would like to tell the viewers also, like, if you really aspire to be a professional, try to have the right kind of training plan so that you build the right kind of strength, endurance to go on and so forth. Don't consider yourself a professional just by maybe few days of training and all. So definitely seek professional help. So moving ahead, I think typically another important thing, I think, let's say I am in my early 40s and I want to take up cycling. Although I've done cycling a lot in during my college days and all, but over a period of time, 20 to 25 years, I haven't been cycling. Now, for a person like me, maybe of an average fitness, I don't consider myself an athlete, but of course, I do have an average fitness regime. What do what is your suggestion? What kind of cycling that I should take up if I want to take up cycling? Of course, at an amateur level.
Yeah, see, whatever you do, you answered you gave the answer in your own question. You did certain things in your college days, and then there is a gap of 10, 15 years. So whether you
Mhm.
take up running or cycling, whatever you want to do, ultra cycling, start slow,
Okay.
gradually build up because it's been 15 years you have not done anything. Similarly, a lot of people come to me and runners or cyclists, ultra cyclists especially, they want to do 1,000 kilometers in the first year of cycling, but you have not done that since so many years. So ultimately, you may be able to do it with your mindset, but it will lead to a lot of injuries. So what I suggest, again, a very scientific training plan. Make a
Hmm.
goal which is realistic. Go slow. You are not in a hurry. You don't want to do it
Absolutely.
for next 2 or 3 or 4, 5 years. You would want to do it for rest of your life.
Absolutely.
So you have to avoid injuries in that. So go slow, make a plan, target smaller ones. Do 100 kilometers say in next 2, 3 months, then increase your speed, then go to 200 kilometers, then 300 kilometers in a day. So build up, slowly build up your strength, build up your cycling technicalities again.
Sure.
It's even like in any other sport, if you don't do it for 2 years or a year, you have to start from scratch.
Absolutely.
So slowly build it up. Don't be in a rush to achieve something overnight.
Exactly. So thank you, sir. I think the takeaway that I take is start small. That,
Yeah.
like whenever you have a gap or you
Make
have
a
some kind.
yeah, make a realistic goal and start properly, technically, and whatever you start, see, always keep in mind how much rest do you have. It is important to have good 6 to 8 hours of rest daily.
Sure. I was just reading one of your early interviews, and you had said that although kids are introduced to cycling, especially in a country like India, at a very younger age. My kid learned cycling when she was 3, and I think this is a common case with every middle income household. They normally, that's the first gift that you normally, first big gift that you give to your kid, a tricycle, then eventually graduate to a bicycle, and so on and so forth. But over a period of time, they simply use it for their pastime. Say by the age of 10, 12, 15, the moment they switch on to a two-wheeler, then that cycle simply, I would say, catches dust in your
Yeah,
garage or
yeah,
somewhere.
yeah, yeah,
So sir,
yeah.
how this culture is going to change, sir?
See, basically, if you see, there are countries like Holland, which are, we talk of Holland, it's one of the most bike-friendly countries in the world. And recently I'd been there, I stayed there during one of my tenures,
Sure.
and
Mhm.
I saw kids being introduced to cycling at a very young age. Cycling is not, looked down upon. It has to be, say, आज college में कोई बच्चा जाता है, if he goes on a cycle, and
Mhm.
it's
Ah, exactly.
they look upon him, wow, he's
Exactly.
coming on a beautiful bike. So that culture needs to change. Overall, it will change. Things are changing. People are looking positively or towards a cyclist, even on the roads. If you see when a cyclist is riding a bicycle with a proper helmet, the attitude of other people also change.
Sure.
That okay,
Absolutely.
he's a serious cyclist. So similarly, overall, and what in my interview, what I meant was cycling as a sport. So I often come across people, kids start training with us to take up cycling as a sport at the age of 12. But unfortunately, because cycling as a sport, it's a long process to build up strength because we cannot load kids with too much of power intervals and all because their body development has not been that much at that age, tender age.
Mhm.
And the real training of a cyclist starts after the age of 16, 17, once he attains the maturity. So
Okay.
India में क्या हो रहा है कि by the time they are in 12th grade
With
and
all the
then
pressure of studies and everything.
studies and all. So that's one reason cycling is taking a back seat right now. But things are changing. Things are changing.
Definitely, I think that's really I would say heartwarming to know. Sir, now again, the next question I have is particularly with respect to infrastructure and facilities. So in Pune, what we are seeing is like there is a smart city concept. I think even I
Yeah,
believe in your city also the same thing has started with the
yeah,
government
yeah.
putting more and more stress on smart cities with creating cycling tracks and all. So I think that's a major challenge with all the cyclists. Even if people are enthusiastic towards it, I am completely say in favor of say my kid taking cycle as a sport, but the moment I realize that he or she is going out on a highway to practice cycling, my heart simply skips a beat. I simply I worry that okay, whether she or he will be safe or not while riding. So how this infrastructure gap can be minimized according to you, particularly in the smaller cities?
See, for example, apart from if you see across the world, there are cycling tracks, but those tracks are more
Hmm.
for commuters
Hmm.
across the world. In India, even if we have a cycling track, the mindset of the people need to change towards a cyclist, especially. So if you see, if there is a cycling track, there is a bike guy also going on a cycling track. So that mindset,
You will
unless
see a
it doesn't
roadside
change,
stall. You will see a roadside stall being put
yeah,
on that track.
exactly.
Actually, that's right.
So instead of expecting the government to do it, we have to find our ways through it. Because even in other countries, cycling track, as I said, it was only for the commute. Because you don't want a racing cyclist practicing sprints on a cycling track, riding at 40 kilometers an hour. Again, it's a hazard for other
Absolutely.
cyclists as well. So what I suggest for these kind of things is we have to start early in the morning, ride in a group, be visible. Your dressing has to be clearly visible. Helmets are compulsory. Front light, tail lights are compulsory. That's what we do. And for especially for the kids below 18,
Hmm.
we always have a parent accompanying them.
Okay, that's good to know.
So yeah, so they are already there in their bike or a car, so they are actually protecting the peloton.
Mhm.
And early morning cycling, if you want to train for racing, early morning is the only time you have.
Absolutely. That's right, sir. So I think so. Now, one interesting last question that I have with for you is like, how do you see the future of professional cycling in India? We have all kind of leagues coming up to promote, say, badminton league, to promote kabaddi. Don't you think, sir, a cycling league should also come up in India in the lines of all the big leagues that we have? Like, what's the kind of future that you see?
Yeah, of course. It would be great to have a cycling league in India. And believe me, a lot of work is being done by Cycling Federation of India right
Hmm.
now.
Okay.
Under Omkar sir, Vian sir, they are doing a fantastic job. Very few people know that Indian track cycling team, junior Indian track cycling team is a world champion.
Oh, that's a news for me too.
Yeah, so it's a world champion. Fantastic. We have come a long way. Similarly, there is a lot of gap between road cycling between India but they are working on it. All the federations are doing a fantastic job, especially here in Gujarat, we have a good federation. Of course, Maharashtra is a fantastic federation. So all are putting in some kind of effort somewhere. And right now, Cycling Federation of India, they are organizing more races. So things are changing. Approach is changing. They have full-time academy at Delhi right now, Cycling Federation. You get selected, you stay there. So things are going to change. Definitely, it's going to change. And it has changed for track cycling, but road cycling may take some time. But you will
Yes.
definitely see a lot of changes in the coming years.
Absolutely. I think really helpful, sir, for this encouraging words and people like you who are honing and creating talents. In fact, in our country, I really see that we have a bright future when it comes to cycling. So thank you very much, sir. I think it's really a pleasure talking to you. And personally, for me, it's a personal learning to know so many disciplines of cycling, how people can actually take up cycling, which I have been trying to do since many, I would say, few months or so. So that will motivate
Yeah.
me and definitely can reach out to you for guidance and help. Thank you very much, sir.
Anytime,
And
anytime. It was my pleasure. My pleasure to be
it's
here.
really nice talking to you. Thank you very much.
Thank you.
And thank you,
Thank you,
everyone.
everyone. Yeah, thank you. Thank you.
So, viewers, like if you want to see these kind of videos, please do subscribe to the link given in your description. And definitely, we hope that you keep on visiting so that हम आपके लिए और अच्छे और नए videos ला सके आपके in future. Thank you very much.